Good morning, spiritual companions. Today we are reading God, the Substance of All Form by Joel S. Goldsmith. Continuing Chapter 9, Nature of the Individual as Consciousness. Page 121. God is the only being. When this idea of the oneness and allness of consciousness dawns, there will come many experiences of healing, protection, and guidance. At one time, a student who was helping someone with a physical claim suddenly had the realization, I am the only one. I am all there is. There is only one I, and therefore if this claim is not true of the I that I am, then it cannot be true of anyone else. That realization brought immediate release, and healing quickly followed. Another case of healing from a similar realization was that of a cancer. The person who brought about the healing told me that she had been reading spiritual interpretation of Scripture and had caught very clearly what was brought out in that book on the one I. When the person who had been struggling for years with the claim of cancer asked her for help, the realization came to her, I do not have this condition. It is no part of my being. Since that is the only being, how can it be part of any other person's being? The next morning, the healing was complete. The whole thing had disappeared. These are two experiences brought out through the realization of the oneness and allness of consciousness. You see that if there is only one consciousness, and it is infinite, you must be that consciousness. Then, when someone tells you that he is sick or that he is poor, you know that that cannot be, since there is only one infinite I, one infinite consciousness, appearing in all its infinite manifestations, but still the one I which is the I that I am. When someone turns to you for help, there must be no sense of a patient coming to a practitioner, and a practitioner in some way contacting God so that the patient in turn will be healed. There is not God, practitioner, and patient. There is only God, and spiritual healing can only come with that realization. Otherwise, you have a sick person who is dependent on a practitioner's understanding or ability to reach God and bring it down to the patient. Too many things can go wrong in that picture. There is no practitioner, and there is no patient. There is only God, and that realization must come with every treatment, with every attempt to bring harmony out of the chaos of human affairs. When you are dealing with your own life, when you are dealing with your family relationships, or when you are dealing with your business relationships, even your national and international relationships, you should practice this exercise of traveling up and down your body to see if you can find yourself there. And when you cannot, and you ask, where am I? Or who am I? Or what am I? Then realize that the I is God. Once you have caught that vision, you have solved the whole problem, because you can readily see that there cannot be room for God, infinite being, or anyone or anything else besides. Every relationship in life is based on the belief that there are two or more of us in the home, two or more of us in the business. All spiritual truth, on the other hand, is based on the fact that there is only one I, one consciousness, one soul, one spirit, and I am that I am. All that the Father has is mine. All that is true of I is true of the Son. Where our trouble comes in is that after we have made that declaration and have realized that truth, we try in some way to hook it up with mortals, with the mortal picture. That is where we lose our demonstration, because it cannot be done. Mortals constitute the illusion. They constitute that which has no existence. How then is it possible to link a spiritual truth with that which has no existence? It cannot be done. Do not try it. You cannot heal a human being, and I cannot heal a human being. If it could be done, God would have done it long before we attempted it. The sum and substance of the healing work is in the realization that there are no human beings, that God is the only infinite being. We all know these spiritual truths, but we all get tripped up on one thing. After we have known this truth, we wonder, well, but what about my patient who is not responding? We do not have a patient. If we entertain such a thought, if we entertain any thought of a patient, we have no right to be a practitioner, because we do not yet have an understanding of the one I, the one ego. We do not yet have an understanding of our own being as consciousness. I know that this is not easy, because it is opposed to everything to which the human senses testify. The answer to that question is the answer to your or my individual problem. The whole world has a belief of a selfhood apart from God, and it is paying the penalty. We are also paying the penalty. And the longer we go on accepting a selfhood apart from God, the longer we will pay the penalty for such a belief. Only when we awaken to our true identity will we come into the realm of our spiritual heritage of harmony, wholeness, joy, peace, abundance, and all the good that is of the spiritual kingdom. End of chapter. End of today's reading.